Good evening. This is Oman News live from the news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. But first, the headlines. The Sultanate and the European Union in Brussels discuss mechanisms of implementing cooperation arrangements agreement signed by both sides. The activities of non-communicable diseases summit in Muscat review efforts on reducing risk factors and the spread of these diseases. And the Arab-led coalition launches a military operation north of Hudaydah in Yemen. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President George Vela of Malta on his country's independence anniversary. His Majesty the Sultan also sent a similar cable to His Excellency Armen Sarkisyan of Armenia on his country's independence anniversary. And His Majesty sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency Colville Young, Governor General of Belize, on his country's independence anniversary. The Sultanate and the European Union in Brussels discussed the mechanisms of implementation of cooperation arrangements agreement signed between the two sides. The Sultanate's delegation also held bilateral talk sessions with the Secretary General of European External Action Service. During the session, a number of files and joint issues were discussed between both sides. The discussions also focused on the latest regional developments as well as following up the joint work files between the European Union and Oman. The meetings between the two sides were accompanied by workshops where a number of European officials from various sectors reviewed with the respectively of the Omani ministries the horizons of cooperation in economic, scientific and cultural fields. The activities of Non-Communicable Diseases Summit started in Muscat. The event is being organized by the Director General for Preliminary Health Care at the Ministry of Health. It aims to train health workers in the field of non-communicable diseases, in addition to shedding light on the Sultanate's efforts in reducing risk factors and the spread of these diseases. The summit also includes lectures on issues related diseases such as diabetes, asthma and high cholesterol. Around 200 preliminary health care physicians from the Sultanate and GCC countries, in addition to lecturers specialized in non-communicable diseases from inside and outside the Sultanate, are taking part. Oman oil price November 2019 delivery reached $64 and 63 cents per barrel. According to Dubai Mercantile Exchange, Oman oil price rose by $1 and 2 cents. The average price of Oman oil October 2019 delivery reached $59 and 68 cents per barrel, thus $4 and 20 cents lower than price of September 2019 delivery. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and yet to come in our news bulletin, some Iraqi artists decorate the walls of Mosul city with colorful murals that bring memories of the beautiful past and give the people hope for a better future.
احرص على ممارسة حقك الانتخابي. صوتك أمانة. مع تحيات وزارة الداخلية.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. To support the health sector and enhance the health care for patients in Palestine, Muscat Health Center and the Ambulance and Emergency Unit was opened in Khan Yunis city in Gaza Strip. The project was funded by the Oman Charitable Organization in coordination with the Palestinian Ministry of Health. It's part of the Sultanate's development projects in Gaza Strip. It is a qualitative step in the health sector in the Strip, as it serves more than 45,000 people in Khan Yunis city. The Arab-led coalition today launched a military operation north of Yemen's port city of Hodeidah. The coalition said it had destroyed 4 sites used in assembling remote-controlled boats and sea mines to help protect the freedom of maritime navigation. The Houthi movement in Yemen said that the coalition had breached the United Nations agreement reached in Sweden. The Hodeidah ceasefire and troop redeployment agreement was reached last year at peace talks in Sweden as a trust-building measure to pave the way for talks to end the war, but stalled for months before the Houthis' withdrawal from 3 Red Sea ports. Russia and China yesterday vetoed the United Nations Security Council resolution backed by 12 of the 15 member states that called for a ceasefire in Syria's war-torn Idlib province. It was Russia's 13th veto of a United Nations resolution since the Syrian conflict erupted in 2011, highlighting the Security Council's impasse over the issue. Germany, Belgium and Kuwait had led the push for the resolution, noting that 500,000 people have been displaced in Idlib since an offensive 4 months ago. They warned that the conflict could become the century's worst humanitarian crisis if the fighting persisted. Russia's ambassador to the United Nations, Vasily Nebenzia, denounced the surge of humanitarian activism by other members of the Security Council whenever the Syrian government recovered territory. Russia and China countered by presenting an alternative resolution, which was easily voted down later in yesterday's session. It had specified that the ceasefire would not apply to military operations against individuals, groups or entities associated with terrorist groups. Some Iraqi artists are working to remove the effect of destruction from the wall of Mosul city and decorate them with colorful murals that bring to the memories of its people beautiful past of the city and give them hope for better future. The artists, who are mostly university students, forms a team called Revolution of Art in 2018, short time after Iraqi forces defeated and expelled ISIS fighters from the city. Some drawn murals portray some important landmarks and archaeological sites that represent the ancient Iraqi civilization. And now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over most of the governorates with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning over the coast of the Arabian Seas and Sea of Oman. Clear to partly cloudy skies are expected over the governorate of Dhofar. Winds will be southeasterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight to moderate with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman, and now to end this news bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Sultanate and the European Union in Brussels discuss mechanisms of implementing cooperation arrangements agreements signed by both sides. Festivities of Non-Communicable Diseases Summit in Muscat review efforts on reducing risk factors and the spread of these diseases. And the Arab-led coalition launches a military operation north of Hodeidah in Yemen. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin, brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. From the entire news team and myself, we thank you for joining us, wish you a pleasant evening and good night.